We're here to talk about changes in communication. One of the big changes in communication has happened as a result of the way we communicate, the formats we use to communicate, and the expectation that communicators have. We used to think that professional communication was done in formal and, in quotation mark, professional ways. Because what we thought was that we had to address people with certain lines or certain phrases in order to sound right. We use phrases like, please be advised, we wish to inform, this is to acknowledge, because those were the ones that were typically used in all of our communication. However, when we started to communicate with electronic means, when we started to communicate with email, with text, and with other information sharing techniques, what we started to realize is that people's expectations were changing, both from the communicator point of view and from the person who's receiving the communication point of view. One of the changes was from formal to friendly. We very seldom in today's communication see formal phrases. Indeed, we've lightened it up, we've personalized it, we've put it in a way that sounds as if we are actually speaking to the person or talking to the person. Because when people read an email, they actually read it as if they were hearing it. And if you were hearing it, you probably wouldn't want to hear the formal and professional tone. This change has been big in writing, but it's also changed the way we do frontline service, the way we interact with people, the way we interview, the way we challenge and ask questions, the way we advocate. So what we're starting to realize is that this move from formal to friendly is huge. Part of it comes out of the word choice that we use. We were once taught, many of you probably remember, using your thesaurus. In fact, you may have suffered from thesaurusitis. Thesaurusitis was what we had when we were always trying to find a big word to replace a small word so that we would sound more formal, more professional, more businesslike. But in today's world, what we're finding is that people like to use the language that they use when they speak. In fact, when we say write the way you talk, there really isn't much of an exaggeration there. And when we talk, we very often talk in lighter terms, less formal terms. So we may not be quite ready to say, hey, you, in a business communication, but we certainly are ready to start a business communication with, hi, how are you doing? Because indeed, that's the move from formal to friendly. We used to have closings on business letters such as yours very truly, your humble and obedient servant, yours with deepest faith and respect, yours sincerely, and they were very formal and also, I think, very intimate sounding. Today, we hardly ever see those. We see people closing a letter with thank you or take care or see you soon or we'll talk to you next week, because the move from formal to friendly actually has also been the move from formal to conversational. So when we're looking at the way we communicate, the move from formal to friendly can apply in many situations. What we found is that Canadians love to be meted and greeted. And we're not just talking about formal greetings, because we once had those. May I help you? How may I help you? Welcome to our business. And those greetings were taught to people to use, and people were encouraged to use them as part of professional communication. Now we're finding that when we greet people, we say hello, good to see you, good morning, nice day, isn't it? How are you doing? Because indeed what we've done is we've moved away from the formal meet and greet to a friendly meet and greet. All of this changes not just the words that we use, but the tone of the communication. And we're starting to realize that in today's world, tone is a much greater part of the success of communication than just the words would ever be. And so when we have a friendly tone, we get off to a good start, people engage in what it is that we're saying, and we get a participatory approach, which is what we want in our communication. We've known for many, many years that two-way communication is the key. And this move from formal to friendly actually encourages two-way communication. I'd like everybody to have a look at perhaps the emails they write, letters they write, Maybe you should check your voicemail, see if it's formal. Think about your greetings, think about your opening lines, and see if you've already made the move from formal to friendly. If you haven't, let's go.